Yeah, hi all. It will take a couple of seconds to connect. So I will wait for your messages to see whether we are connected or not. So yes, once we are connected, okay, please message and let me know that I am loud and clear and there are no distractions. Hey, hi Naveen, good to see. I think by now we should be connected. Can I see some messages? Hey Ankit. Hi Mariam. Hi Lakshmi. Okay, thanks, Mariam, for confirming that we are connected. And thanks, Masum, confirming. Good to see you, buddy. Yes, Ankit. Thanks for confirming. So I can see a couple of people are joining in. I can see the numbers are increasing. So let's wait for 2 or 3 minutes maximum, and then we'll start today's question answer session. Hi, Apurva. Thank you. Most welcome. Hey, Ajikya. Good to see. Hi, Mayur. I can see there are so many EduHubSpot students, and also there are so many new names. And my students did confirm. Okay, some part of India we have some uh, celebrations or some custom going on. And because of that, few might not be joining. So yeah, maybe I can see because of that the numbers might reduce today. But anyways, let's see. And this is recorded, and you guys can watch anytime. But I can see the numbers are increasing, so that's a good sign. Maybe a minute, okay, and we'll start. Not a minute, actually, a few more seconds. Then we'll start. I don't want to waste too much of your time, and I don't prefer to do that, whether it is class or these sessions. Fine, it's 3 minutes. I have started. So let's wait for some few more seconds. Let me mute my phone. Okay. Whoever have joined, I'm sure that you guys are PMP aspirants, and I hope your preparations are going good and you guys are practicing well. And I hope, okay, and the major purpose of the session is also to explain few things, okay, which you might take home, okay, which will be useful for your understanding and preparations for your PMP exams. Okay, so directly I'll focus on PMP exam preparations and some of the concepts behind them. So let's start in a few seconds, not more than that. Fine, I think we are more than 4 minutes. I have started the session, so let's continue. I have a good number as well. Fine, and I can see the still the number is increasing, but let the people join. I don't want to waste your time. So let's start. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to every one of you. Okay, and I really thank each one of you on behalf of EduHubSpot for joining the session. Fine. So these are the PMP practice question sessions what we conduct for all the aspirants out there. Okay, whether you are our student or not. Fine. And we know, okay, it's quality. practice questions are very, very important for your PMP preparations. Fine. So there are many questions, okay, in many places I know, but quality questions, right? So we focus on quality questions, which is aligned with PMI's teaching and which will give you a very good practice for a better performance in your PMP exams. Fine. And also it will gain, okay, it will help you to gain more confidence, okay, on how to approach the questions, how to answer them, okay, how to select the best choices by using the conceptual understanding. Fine. So when in EduHubSpot we tell our students, okay, one thing, okay, to understand the conceptual understanding is one, okay, and then applying them to select the best choices another thing. Right. So someone who is very good at conceptual understanding might, okay, feel difficulty in answering the PMP questions. Why? Because PMP questions are scenario based. Now, how to implement these conceptual understandings, okay, on a real time scenario and then select the best choice out of the options. And also PMI, okay, you might have more than one options which are good. Okay, now you have to select the best one out of, okay, those two, and which are actually as per the PMI teaching, right? So that's why PMP exam are known for their toughness, okay, and that's why these are not very easy to crack as well. Fine. So today I'm here, okay, to explain, okay, not only to discuss a couple of questions, but also to explain some conceptual understanding, okay, and also to make you understand how to select the best choices out of the four or five what you get. Fine. So today I have brought. So okay, before we start, can I see some messages? Okay, the people who have joined these sessions for the first time. So I always ask that to see the to understand the pulse of the crowd. I can see many of you have joined already, and I can see some messages. So yeah, right. So many of you are joining for the first time. So let me just explain, okay, the purpose of the session, just a minute, and then I'll start. I won't waste much of your time. Fine. So and also what is the agenda? Fine. So basically, this is a session conducted by EduHubSpot, a PMP practice question sessions. Fine. So I am here, okay, with five very good quality questions from PMP conceptual basis. Fine. Scenario based questions. So I'll be posting a question on the screen and you have to read the question. So I'll give you a minute and 20 seconds. Fine. So if you why I'm giving 1 minute 20 seconds is the reason is, okay, in real time exam also you'll get 180 questions, and to answer the 180 questions you'll get 230 minutes. Fine. And if you do the math per question you're getting 1 minute 16 seconds or 17 seconds. Fine. So that's what you have to practice with. Look, if you're going to practice without a timer, trust me, you will have tough time in your real exam. Okay, so please practice with a timer. Okay, if you're doing it alone, practice with a timer. Fine. I know many people are using many resources to practice questions. So with us, our students practice on a timer. Whether it is a lesson, okay, whether it is a full length test they take with us as a practice, it's on a timer. Else, you're not learning actually. Fine. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll post a question. I'll give you 1 minute 20 seconds. So there'll be a timer on the screen. You have to read the question, select the best choice. Okay. So answer in this chat. So I want you to answer in the chat. And then, okay, after 1 minute 20 seconds, I will reveal the answer and with the reasoning behind it. Now I'm giving while giving the reasoning, I might explain some of the concepts in a very capsule format because we have limited time. Okay, in EduHubSpot in classes, definitely we explain much more detail of much more time. Okay, will take. But here, okay, I have time restriction, so I'll give you a capsule format. Okay, explanations, but I'll make sure you guys are taking some good learnings home. Fine. So not wasting any further time of yours. Okay, let's start the session. Fine. I'm going to post question number one on the screen. Okay, so give me a moment to share the screen and post a question. So all of you know the ground rules. Okay, I'm going to post a question, but 1 minute 20 seconds, right? And then you have to read it, answer it within the time. So let's go and please answer in the chat. Don't go with the trend. Select your own answers. Here we go. Look, the timer shows 1 minute. I'll give you 20 more seconds. Don't worry. Okay, so the timer goes zero. I didn't see any answer yet, and I have given you 15 to 20 more seconds. Can I see some answers? Think logically and then answer. Okay, Sarvani, congratulations. You're the one who have started. Okay, with first answering. That's good to see. And now I can see many of them. Hey Mukhtar, good to see you, buddy. I hope you are going to schedule your exam very soon. Okay. Okay, I can see mix of answers here. Okay, I feel you guys are confused. Let me take for 5 more seconds. So I can see all of them, A, B, C, D. So I can see couple of E's, couple of A's, couple of B's, a couple of C's. Okay, the only missing alphabet is D. So you guys are with A, B, C, E. I can see all of them equally answered here. None of you have gone with D. Okay, fine. So let me take it. Okay, so let me explain. Uh, so let me read the question first. So actually, it's a small question. Okay, but yeah, maybe you guys got confused. So let me read it through. Your organization is developing an AI-driven analytics platform using Scrum. Okay, midway through a sprint, the government issues a mandatory compliance regulations affecting how user data is stored and processed. Okay, the product owner insists that the team must immediately incorporate these compliance changes, even though doing so will impact the current sprint code. Okay, now this is the problem statement, right? The Scrum Master is concerned about maintaining adherence to the Scrum principles. Now, what should the Scrum Master advise? Why? Why Scrum Master is concerned? Because product owner is asking to change the scope in between. Now, can I say product owner is wrong? No, because it's compliance requirement, right? And non-compliance, okay, the consequences are not good, right? So definitely we have to take care of it, but also we have to respect the Scrum practices, principles, right? So let's see how this can be handled. Very interesting question, to be very frank. So what should the Scrum Master advise, basically, right? So Scrum Master, as an agile coach, will be advising people. So let's see. A says incorporate the compliance requirements, okay, into the ongoing sprint backlog and adjust the sprint goal accordingly. Look, A is suggesting to change the scope of the sprint immediately, okay, which is not a correct way to handle in Scrum practices, right? So the product owner, okay, the product backlog is owned by the product owner, okay, the sprint backlog is owned by the team, fine, unless, okay, team, okay, is finishing some work early. Let's say they took a sprint backlog and they were able to finish, okay, way before the sprint timing, then yes, okay, they can add a few things in there and okay, they can deliver more. That can be done, fine. Else no one can change the sprint goal, okay, as per sprint, okay, scope goal, right, as per the Scrum practices. Fine. So A is not correct choice here. B, cancel the current sprint, update the product backlog with the new compliance items, okay, and plan a new sprint to reflect the revised priorities. Look, B is allowed in your Scrum practices. Okay, in such situation where look, I cannot, okay, avoid that, the change what have come now, okay, is the its highest priority because it is compliance, okay, and I cannot go against it. So I have to somehow take care of it, and also I cannot change the scope, right? In such critical situations, okay, such emergent or urgent situations, we can cancel the sprint, update the product backlog, and prioritize these items to the top the compliances, and then okay, a new sprint can be started with defined scope where you're going to address the compliance issue, and then they can pick some more work also to complete. Fine. So B looks good option to me, but in PMI never stop with one better option. Okay, you have to look for if in case there's a better option. Fine. So that's what your elimination technique is. Fine. C says continue with the current sprint and defer compliances change to the next one, ensuring velocity maintenance. No, I cannot defer compliance requirements. If in case it has to be taken care of now. Fine. So C is not a correct choice. When I compare B and C, B stands tall. I'll keep B with me. De-escalate to senior management to decide whether compliances or sprint focus takes precedence. Look, it's not that I have to escalate such issues. It has to be decided within the team, the product owner, the team, and the scrum master. For such reasons, okay, you don't have to escalate to a sponsor or higher management. Fine. So D is not correct as per the process, because the process owner is there, the product owner is there, and the team is there. This can be decided within the team. It doesn't need to be escalated. Pause the sprint, okay, temporarily until the compliance requirements are approved by the all stakeholders. No, I cannot pause sprint for such reasons. Okay, I cannot pause it because it is going to delay the whole sprint and also everything. So no, I cannot pause this. Yes, I can cancel. Okay, then I can add it in the product backlog, reprioritize it, and then it will be taken up as a high priority item. And if in case the team can accommodate more work, okay, based on their estimated velocity, then yes, they can add more work to it. Okay, and then they can start a new sprint. Fine. So B is the correct choice as per Scrum practices. So whenever you're reading the questions, you have to understand number one, you have to understand the problem statement. Okay. Number two, you have to understand what is expected out of you. Fine. So if you see the first part is problem statement, the last part is what is expected out of you as what. So as a Scrum Master. So as a Scrum Master, you have to advise, okay, based on the process. Okay, which is because you are the agile coach, you are the process owner. Fine. So B is the correct choice. It's allowed. So here are some explanations more in detail. Look, if you ask me who have the authority to cancel the sprint, okay, actually the final decision is from the product owner. Fine. But it has to be a collective discussed decision. Okay, the PO have to be in sync with the scrum master and the team. Okay, and the final call, yes, is from PO. Fine. So we stick with B. Now let's go with the next question. It's a long one. Okay, so you might not see the timer. Let me try to make it visible. Yeah, it is there. Let's start. Look, this is a long question. Okay, so I'll give you a few extra seconds. But PMI exam, long and tough questions never go beyond 2 minutes. Sorry, I might be distracting you. You focus on the question for now. Okay, the timer is up. I'll give you 40 more seconds. 10 more seconds. I'll close it. And sorry, Pawan, you mentioned that you are not able to see it in mobile. Is it the font size you're talking about, or you're not able to see the questions itself? And can I see some answers? I don't see any answers, buddies. It's almost 2 minutes. Good. Rakesh, congratulations. You are the one who started off answering. And Pawan, let's select three. You have to select the three choices. So best three. Okay, can I see more answers? I have seen a couple of them now, and you all have selected different combinations. Okay, I can see ACE, I can see ABD, I can see BCD. Okay, so let me wait for a few more seconds, and then I'll take it out. Okay, ABD, BCD. The people who are answering only one, it's choose a three, select three options. So if you ask me, yes, nowadays even okay, you're getting multiple choices with select two or select three. So they will mention explicitly as it's here, select three. So I can see couple of ACDs and couple of BCDs and couple of ABDs. That's also I can see. I hope today's questions are interesting for you guys. Look, if you get it right or wrong, okay, it's okay. Fine, you're doing a practice here, but make sure, okay, our intention should be while sitting here to get some learning. Fine. So that should be our intention. If in case you're getting it wrong, no worries. But take the learning out of each question, okay, and how to approach and how to answer. Okay, so let me take it. So you are managing a large scale construction project to develop a commercial complex. Fine. During a scheduled risk review meeting, your team identifies that several earlier mitigation plans, especially those related to subcontractor delays and material shortage, have not been effective. In fact, certain risks, okay, that were marked as closed in the last review have resurfaced, okay, with new triggers. The project sponsor expresses concerns that risk responses are being executed but not achieving the desired outcomes, and requests assurance that risk management activities are still adding value. The team's risk register has been regularly updated, but no structured, okay, evaluation of the overall risk process performances have been conducted recently. Now, if you see, there are a couple of issues they are mentioning. Fine. So they're mentioning the issues, and then they're saying, okay, the team also is actually updating it, but they're not overall doing the overall evaluation and checking it out. Fine. And the process performances. Fine. Now, as the project manager, which of the following actions should you take to ensure risk management remains effective and aligned with project objectives? Beautiful. Fine. So let's see that. Now, if you see, they're not asking to correct the situation. Okay, they're not correct asking to correct the what went wrong. They're asking to fix it forever, right? So if you should, it says it should. Okay, following actions should you take to ensure risk management remains effective and aligned with project objectives, right? So we have to give a permanent fix. So A says conduct a qualitative risk analysis to assess the combined impact of the new and recurring risk, okay, on cost and schedule performance. Look, it is talking about the cost and schedule performances. Does it say about cost and schedule performances issues? I don't think so. Fine. So I won't say it's a wrong answer, but for this question, I don't see it's aligned. Okay, look, when you're selecting the answers, okay, the number one thing is okay, it should follow the PMI practices, the PMI mindset, fine, the PMI teaching, fine. So A is PMI teaching, fine. A is PMI mindset, that is fine. But second thing, what you have to look is okay, it's also mandatory to look whether it is a practical solution for the question. So if you see A, it's not actually a practical solution for the question. Okay, so A, I will keep it if in case I don't get anything better. Okay, so I'm just keeping because we have to select three, right? So maybe I might go for A, but yeah, if in case I have a better than this A, okay, three other options, then I'll go for them. So let's keep A. Now, B says perform a risk audit to evaluate the effectiveness of implemented risk bucket responses and overall risk management process. Perfect. Okay, so perfect. B should be there to perform a risk audit to evaluate the effectiveness, fine, to implement. So definitely we have, that's what was missing, okay, from the team. So B, I have to implement. C, reassess and reprioritize the risk in the risk register to ensure new triggers are documented and risk responses actions are updated. If you see, okay, it is solving the problem statement, one of the problem statement where it is saying, okay, you have closed the risk and later, okay, new, because of new triggers, it is again surfacing up, right? So that also you have to fix. So C is a very good choice for me. So B, C is a very good choice. A, I'm just keeping as a buffer. Okay. So D, if in case I don't get better than A. So D, facilitate a targeted risk review workshop with key stakeholders and risk owners to validate assumptions, refine risk responses strategies, and capture lessons learned for continuous improvement. I would say D is much better than A. Okay, for this particular situation. Fine. So let me uncheck A and go for D. Okay, so whoever have selected B, C, D, I would say B, C, D looks good to me, but I'm yet to read E. If in case E is better than D, then I'll go for that. Fine. So this is how you can go for elimination technique in the even multiple choice questions. If you see, I have eliminated A now and then selected D. Fine. E says escalate the issue to the sponsor and request a formal review of risk ownership and accountability. No, this has to be done by the project manager and the team. Okay, so no, I'll stick to D. So E is completely incorrect. A is good, but not for this answer. So B, C, D is perfect. Fine. So let's submit that. So these are some explanations we have, fine. So you can read it later after pausing the video when you watch it again, fine. I would recommend rewatch it. Okay, these questions, what I have today is very good qualities. The way I'm reading, I can sense that. Okay, so are you guys really finding these topics actually okay, very helpful? Are you able to get some knowledge out of it? Fine. So can I see some messages for that? And very sorry today I have come up with a big questions. Maybe that's the reason you're not able to read in the mobile. Very sorry for that, Masoom. um, is there an option to increase the font, size of the screen or something in the mobile, or else I'll try to increase the size here if in case it is okay fit in my screen, or else let's go beyond. So let me try that for you guys. But before that, are you ready for the next question? Are you finding it really? Yeah, I can now see. I think there's a delay in the messages. Okay, I can see. Thanks for confirming on that. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so I have three more. I have done with already 25 minutes and more. But yeah, let's continue the questions. So this one, no, again, I cannot increase the size. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me try to do that. I can hide the timer, but yes, I can accommodate. Fine. Yeah, I can. So let me start the timer, and then okay, you leave the timer. I'll tell you when it is done. I hope this question is visible. I have increased the font size now. Thank you for confirming. You guys are, so many people have mentioned it's very insightful. Thanks for that. Okay, you focus on the question now. This time I have tried to increase the size, guys. I hope it's readable. Masroor, congrats, man. You have already answered. Good to see that. Let me quickly check the timer. Yeah, it's done. Okay, the time is over. But let's take some time. I'll give you some 20 or 30 more seconds. Okay, you read it carefully and then answer it. And yeah, the people who are on mobile, please watch it again. okay, on your laptop. So the same link, it's there in YouTube. Please watch it again. Now, okay, the size is better. Thanks for confirming. Next one, I'll try to increase if it gets. Previous questions were too big. I couldn't do that. Fine. Can I see some answers, guys? It's long time now. I've seen only one answer so far. Okay, here you go. Good. Now I can see a couple of more answers. Again, you guys, today I can really, say that these questions are of good standards because you guys are giving me all answers. Normally, I can see, okay, the crowd goes good with, at least three questions. But here I can see again the same trend like every options you guys are selecting. I can see A, B, C, D. Actually, no, I don't see D. Okay, only one D are there, but couple of A's, couple of C's I can see. So I can see the fight is between A and C in that case. Okay, but who knows? B or D is also correct. Don't go with the trend. In between, I'm not sure. Can you guys see each other's message? What you're sending it here? Because I can see everyone's message. Can you guys see each other's message? I just want to know if in case you guys can get influenced because of the trend. But anyways, I can see A and C. You guys are fighting with A and C. So that's very obvious. So let me go and read the question. So technology, okay, startup is developing a cloud-based SaaS platform follows a Kanban. Okay, let me. Okay, now it's visible for me. A technology startup developing a cloud-based SaaS platform follows a Kanban-based agile approach with continuous delivery. Okay, so basically Kanban is one of the agile approaches, and it's a it's a process which uses a continuous delivery method. Fine. So Kanban, yeah, it will take at least 30 minutes for me to explain. So I'm not getting into that. Over several iterations, the team has observed, okay, recurring. Normally, Kanban doesn't have iterations, guys. So don't get confused. Maybe the question they are framed in a little wrong way. Kanban won't have iterations in between. It's a continuous actually flow. Okay, there's a product backlog, and in the columns you have activities, and the team is continuously working and delivery and completing the work item, and the product owner on dynamic based on the demand gets things released in a collective way. Fine. So out of the completed item, he combines whatever has to be released and the PO releases in continuous delivery. That's what it is. But anyways, the question says that it's okay. Don't get confused. The team has observed recurring product environment okay failure. Okay, now the team have observed recurring product environment failure during integration testing. These issues frequently disrupt okay flow and delay deployments, but since the team considers them expected, they are not formally documenting or reviewed. Okay. During the latest retrospective, a few developers raised concerns that these recurring environment issues are affecting throughput, okay, and reducing the predictability. Now, what is throughput? Look, in Agile, you know what velocity is, right? So, velocity is the measure of the work completed by the team in a sprint, right? Same way in Kanban, okay, you don't have iterations, so they calculate throughput. So every month, okay, how much requirements okay or user stories they were able to complete. So number of requirements or number of user stories what is throughput. So in that particular month how much they completed, not how much they worked on. Let's say okay there are hundreds of user stories okay in the to-do list, and in this month, let's say in the month of September, my team was able to complete 15 items. So the throughput becomes 15 there. Fine. But there are some other ways to calculate it, okay, by using cycle time, lead time, and all. I'm not getting into that so far. Okay, I'm just giving a simplified version of throughput. Fine. So just for you to understand. So basically the productivity is getting hit. Now, the product owner, however, suggests that the team should continue focusing on the delivering user stories and handle such failures as they occur, since fixing them might delay upcoming features. Fine. Feature releases. Now, as the agile coach, what should the team do next to handle the situation in alignment with the effect? predictive agile risk management principle. Now, basically, your team have come up with a huge risk in the project, right? So, based on the agile risk management principles, how the agile coach can suggest, okay, or guide the whole team. Fine. Now, let's get into the answers. So A says formally record the environment failures as risk in the team's risk register, analyze their impact on delivery flow, and collaboratively define mitigation strategies to stabilize the environment. Look, A seems to be good to me. Okay. Now, if the people who are wondering why risk register in agile projects, look, risk register is mandatory for predictive waterfall projects. Okay, risk register is optional for agile. If in case the team feels okay, there are too many risks coming up and they are not able to track it, or they are not able to getting rid of them or reducing the impacts and all, then definitely they can create risk register or something called risk list. Okay, a simplified version, not the extensive version as we have in predictive model, but they can have a simplified version of risk register or risk list for them to list the risk, okay, plan a responses so that they can mitigate, okay, or avoid such risks, fine, or any other risk responses they can use, fine. So A looks good to me. It is allowed within the agile practices or agile risk management principles, fine. Now B, accept the issues as part of the team's normal operational risk and continue prioritizing new user stories. No, I cannot do that. Okay, team is in trouble. They have brought up this point. Now we have to take some action items to solve it. Okay, so B is not a correct choice for me. C, create a product backlog item for environment improvement and leave prioritization to product owner discretion during backlog refinement. Look, C is good. Okay, if you see, okay, when you read C, it looks very good actually. You are adding to the product backlog, letting the product owner to do the product backlog refinement. Now I have a problem with C. When I compare to A, okay, one, can you add create a product backlog item for environment improvement? Look, you cannot add product backlog item. Okay, so you have to request the PO to add it. Number one. Okay, let's say even the first part is talking about requesting the PO, but it is not. Right? It is saying create a product backlog item in environment improvement. No, we cannot add product backlog item directly. The PO can do that. Second, you are saying okay, the PO will prioritize it. So if in case the PO is going to prioritize it, he is going to prioritize only the delivery items. It will be always deprioritized as per the question. I don't see. Okay, so C is not giving a practical solution for the problem statement. Remember, it has to follow the process, the mindset, and also it should be giving a practical solution. Number one, I doubt C is following a process. Okay, number two, it's not giving a practical solution. So no boss. A is good. D, classify the environment issues, okay, as a technical debt and postpone remediations until, look, she's not at all relevant. Okay, she's not at all relevant. Now, the people who are confused with what is technical debt. Okay, let me give you a very small insight, not very important for PMP, but for agile concepts maybe. Okay, so basically, technical debt is when your technical team took some shortcuts while writing the codes or while doing the setups and all, and then because of that mess, okay, now the quality is very poor of the whole the code system or whatever the setups they're doing. Fine. So that is a technical debt now. Now they have to clear it out. They have to clean it out. Fine. So they have to work a lot to clean it and make it better. Fine. So this has nothing to do with it. Fine. Because they're not saying the problem is because of technical debt and all. So no. Fine. So that's not the choice. So we will stick with A and let's try to submit A. Okay. And yes, that is the correct choice. So let me change the view. Yeah. So this is the correct choice. Okay. Later you can read it. So we're done with 40 minutes. We are done with three questions. Two more to go. Are you guys having time issues? Should we stop with one more or you want two more? Can I see some messages? I'll go with the crowd. So can I see? You guys want to go with two more questions or one more is enough? I know there's a delay with some messages. I'll wait for a few seconds to see that. Then I'll go with the crowd. So I have two more questions actually with me. Okay, let's go two more, right? Fine, I can see all of you saying, let's go. So let's continue with two more questions. Okay, I have two more with me. So maybe we will extend for a few more seconds. Fine. So let's continue. Okay, this one I can increase the size further. So mobile people be more happy. Let me start the timer. Okay, look, I have not selected the option. It is by default. Sorry. Okay. So this is question number 4. And Nishad says, let them coming more and more. Sorry, Nishad, I have two more. That's it. Now let's do one thing. Okay. Now when you're going to answer, give a reason for your answer. Let's see. I know you guys are enjoying. I can see few people asking whether we can conduct every week. Look, I'm trying to achieve alternate weeks, but for now, I'm able to achieve every third week. So every third Friday, I'm trying to conduct it. Uh, Third Friday means in a continuity. Right? I'll try. I'll try to at least make it alternate weeks. Okay, let's see. So good to see the responses. I see that you guys are actually finding it useful. That I can sense. Fine. So can I see some answers coming? This is a smaller question if you compare to previous ones. No, I cannot increase further. Sorry, guys. This is the maximum I can. Fine. Here comes the answers. CB. Congratulations. You're the one who answered first. Okay, I can see the fight is between two answers. I don't want to announce it here, though. Give me a reason, guys. Back with reason. Why? Okay, so this is what Satish says. Fine. Fine. Any more reasoning? Somebody have come up with a corrective action. That is not enough. Can I see more explanation? Why A or why B? Yes, immediate corrective action. Somebody says for A. Okay. Somebody says B. So the fight is between A and B, to be very frank. Okay, you guys are fighting between A and B. And let me see a couple of more. Good reasons. Can I see some good reasons which actually I can show and say, yeah, this is the right one? Okay, so let me take it. Okay, I can see you guys have done with your answering. So you are managing a pharmaceutical R&D project under the strict FDA regulations. Okay, a new compliances audit reveals documentation gaps in trial results due to inconsistent version control between the departments. Okay, so a new compliance audit reveals documentation gaps. So that's a problem. The project manager realizes that the team follows the schedule, but not all compliances documentation standards. That's a problem. So, fine. So, what should the project manager do next? Fine. So, what should the project manager do next? Now, let's read the options. Let me read C and D and tell you why this is not correct. Okay, C and D is the wrong one. So, it's between A and B. So, C says escalate the non-conformance to the project sponsor and request a scope baseline adjustment to include additional compliance. I'm not yet there, okay, so I don't have to go for C, and also I don't have to escalate right away. So no boss, not C. Look, for escalation, okay, let me give you, okay, in keywords for escalations in PMI. Fine. So before I go to the right choice and all, fine. So whenever it comes to escalation, okay, when you should do escalation as per PMI is when something goes beyond your authority. Fine. So when a project is, okay, becoming non-compliances if you're not going to take any actions and all. So that's an end point, okay, where everything is done, okay, because of the risk, this is going to become a non-compliance, or because of an issue, it is going to become non-compliance, okay, and you have taken some actions, okay, now it is going beyond your authority. Then yes, I have to escalate. If the project is going to fail, okay, if the product is going to breach the tolerance limit or threshold, okay, these all are the ways, okay, when it's beyond the project manager's authority as per the question, okay, then yes, you have to escalate. So here I don't see you have reached to that level where it is beyond your authority. Fine. It's still there, you can take some actions to control it. Fine. So let's see, okay. So C is not the correct choice. D says postpone all future clinical reporting until documentary compliance is complete to avoid potential audits. No, I cannot postpone all the future clinical reporting and all. Fine. So no, C is not the correct choice. No, not C, not D. Fine. Now let's see between A and B. A says immediately issue corrective actions to update and align all missing documents to current regulatory standards and submit revised records to the compliance. Beautiful, right? A seems very good. Fine. It is taking immediate action and making everything correct. Fine. But okay, let's read D as well. D says initiate a formal compliance audit, review version control and documentation process, and implement corrective actions to close procedural gaps while ensuring ongoing alignment with FDA regulatory requirement. Now, the people who have selected A, read carefully A and B. Okay, read carefully A and B. A is yes, immediate action. Fine. But B is immediate action plus full fix. Fine, it's a complete fix. A looks at temporary, right? Because if you see a new compliance audit revealed, so it have revealed they have done some random audit, they reveal few gaps. Okay, and the project managers have realized that team is following the schedule, but they are not following the standards of compliances. It means there are hidden, okay, problems. Fine. So as a PM, okay, B is giving immediate correction also. If you see, I am correcting the immediate problem, plus I'm making sure, okay, it's a complete permanent fix. So B is the better choice compared to A. Because if in case they didn't talk about corrective action here, then I would have still thought of, immediate action should be correcting the immediate thing A. But here it is taking the corrective action and also fixing the issue forever. So B is the best choice, okay, compared to A. Fine. I hope you guys are with me. Okay. And let's go to the last one. And I believe the last one is also bigger. So here is the reasoning again. Okay. But yeah, I have explained the same. So A and B both are very good options actually. Fine. This is why PMI is tough, because you have to select between, okay, the good options, which is the better, right, as per PMI teaching. So if you see, okay, why B is correct, because B best aligned with, okay, predictive project management practices. Okay, leave that one. Okay, there is one more reason. So it aligns with PMI teaching, okay, and also it's a, immediate act correction, and also it's a complete correction what you're giving. So definitely B is better. Okay, A is just immediate fix for the just identified problems. Fine. So B is correcting that also and giving a full solution. Now let's go for the next question, which is number 5. Oops, I have to decrease the size. Sorry, people. Sorry, mobile people. I cannot help. It is long question. So I'm not going to start the timer because anyways you cannot see it. Okay. So how many options are there? Till D. Okay, please read it. I'll tell you the time. Yes, Sajan, I have removed your answer. So B was the correct one. Read it carefully, think logically, and then answer it. Okay, can I see some answers coming? I think that's a good amount of time for us to start answering. Yes, Satish Anand, congratulations. You're the one who started. Can I see more answers? It's the last question of the day, and we'll wind up with this one. Excellent, Ankit. You're giving with reason. Good to see that. I'm not saying this is the correct one. I'm yet to check. But yeah, thanks for giving the reason this time. That's a good practice. I should start saying this from next session that, guys, give it with a reason, not just the answer. Fine. So let me give you 5 more seconds, then I'll take it up. And this time the crowd is almost seems to be correct. All the 4 questions you guys were like full confused, right? This one I can see you're going in one direction. Okay. So let me read it out. Now, it's a long question. A hospital IT department is developing a patient portal using Scrum. Okay. During sprint review, stakeholder frequently express dissatisfaction, claiming that the delivered features do not meet their expectations. The product owner maintains that user stories were clearly defined while the development team insists they implemented the stories exactly as written. Okay, real time project situations, right? Further analysis reveals that some stakeholders do not attend sprint review regularly. To very fans, that is okay. Okay, PO is mandatory. But anyways, certain features are critical to clinical workflows, but their relevant priority is unclear. Okay. The team occasionally discovers gaps in understanding late in the sprints, requiring minor rework. Fine. The Scrum Master needs to ensure stakeholder alignment without compromising agile principles. What is the best course of action? Now, if you see, there are multiple issues stated there. Okay, so this is one of the ways you might get confused. So when you're reading questions, okay, you understand the look. When it comes to such long questions, right? I would recommend one thing. This is a I will be very transparent. Okay, this is a what is a way. Okay, one of my students said she tried and it worked out well. Okay, and I suggest sometimes this to my students as well. Okay, when you see such long questions and if you feel you will what do you say forget your way okay back and you cannot recall whatever is there, so you can read first the last 2 lines, what is expected out of the question, right? So if you read, the scrum master needs to ensure stakeholder alignment without compromising agile principles, right? So you have to understand, okay, where and all I have to, stakeholder alignment I have to take care, nothing else. So there are some 3 or 4 problem statements listed here, but what is my question here, what is expected out of me as a scrum master? So as a scrum master, okay, needs to ensure stakeholder alignment without compromising on agile. That's what I have to take care. Now if you read the questions right, you can focus on that particular problem, so others you can ignore. You can understand, okay, this is not for me, this is not for me, right? So if you read now, you know where the problems are with stakeholder alignment. Fine. Now let's read the options. A says, okay, require stakeholders to provide detailed written specifications for each user stories before develop. It becomes no pause. It will add documentations, okay, and also Scrum. There is no problem with the requirement. Okay, the stakeholder is not pointing out, and product owner also very clearly says no. The requirements are clearly written, right? So I don't see A is the correct choice here. Okay, to make actually what the question says, you have to be aligned with the stakeholder, right? So here I cannot increase the documentations and all for that reason. B. Ask stakeholders to attend sprint planning meeting to observe and provide input on upcoming work. Look, B might look good, okay, but it's not a correct process, practice as per Scrum, right? So your stakeholders won't be there in your sprint planning. Fine. So it will create actually problems if in case you start involving your stakeholders in the sprint planning. Your PO is the customer representative. The PO is good there to give you the idea of what is the high priority items in the product backlog and the help you to define the sprint goal also. So no, P is not a correct choice either. Now, C, facilitate more frequent and structured backlog refinement sessions involving stakeholders and the development team to clarify priorities and acceptance criteria. Beautiful, right? It definitely, most of you have gone with C. It provides all the alignment with your stakeholder, right? So, as per process, yes, your product owner can conduct, okay, on need basis product backlog refinement and grooming session with the stakeholders. So if in case the requirements are not clear, yes, stakeholder can give some inputs to make it clear. The priority will get clarified. The team is also invited sometimes again, so everybody will be aligned. So C seems to be the best option. Let's see if in case D is also better. Ask stakeholders to attend sprint review meetings, okay, and provide immediate feedback on delivered features. Look, after delivered features, again they are jumping. Right, every time it's not as per expectation. Not going to give a solution actually. Fine. So for you to get a solution, C is the best choice. Fine. So I'll go with C, and here are some explanations that you can read later. Fine. So I hope, okay, and sorry, my sincere apologies for extending the session for okay such long time. Okay, from now onwards I should plan it for 45 minutes, I think. But yeah, I hope, okay, it, as I said, the sessions are okay giving the purpose, okay, of what we are, why we are conducting. Okay, the reason is, again, you can take home some learning. Okay, you can take home some learnings on how to answer PMP questions, and it will definitely, I believe, it's a value add for your preparations. Okay, the students, definitely you guys are with us. Okay, the others who have joined, okay, firstly, I hope you got some insights. Fine. So if in case, again, if you felt the session was good, yeah, I would like to see a comment here, and also under the YouTube channel, I would like to see a thumbs up. Okay, like on the YouTube channel. Okay, so please do that if in case you really felt this was a insightful or helpful session. Drop a comment. Okay, uh, give a thumbs up. Right, so that will give me a good idea. And also after the session is done, okay, put a comment in the YouTube. Okay, what are the topics you would like to discuss next week? Accordingly, I'll bring some questions. Okay, so let me give this the ball, no, ball to you guys. Okay, what topics you want? No, in today's session, guys, if you have scored three, I'm telling you it's a very good score. Trust me. In today's five questions, if you're able to score three, it's very good score because the questions were of very good quality, I can say. Trust me. Okay. So three is a very good score. If in case you are on two, then I can say okay, not very good, but three is good. Fine. And if in case you are four, it's absolutely great score for you. So thank you all. I can see many messages, okay, that you guys felt, okay, the session was very good, and thanks for opening up and explaining. The sessions were really good and insightful, and that was the purpose. So thank you. I will close the session. I was just looking for any other comments, any other doubts you have. So if you have any doubts, reach us. Okay, I'm there on LinkedIn. You can reach at EduHubSpot for any further assistance. Fine. So thank you. Thanks a lot. See you in next session. And I'll try to conduct this in next alternate Friday. Let's see, not the coming Friday, that after that. Okay, so I'll try to conduct that. I'm trying to catch up to come with every alternate Fridays. So thank you all. Thanks a lot for attending, and thanks a lot for your contributions and interactions. Thank you. Hybrid. Okay, you're asking for more hybrid questions. I'll try to do that. Predictive, I'll try to do that. Okay, but agile is very important, guys. Nowadays, there are too many agile questions. Okay, so yeah, agile is also important. So predictive and hybrid are also definitely. Thank you then.